Hi YouTubers, it's been a while since my last video. Thanks a lot for hanging in there with me. I want to share with you building a Baritone ukulele. We're going to build it from scratch, and well, I haven't seen a lot of videos that talk about this in specific detail, but I wanted to share some information on planning. It's very important to plan. You can save yourself a lot of headaches, a lot of time and money if you carefully go through each step of your project before you even get started. First of all, you want to know exactly what you're going to build. You want to know exactly what materials that you're going to use for every part of the instrument, and that way you'll know exactly what kind of tools you're going to need, and you won't get any surprises like you get that beautiful piece of exotic wood and you find out it's too small, or you drill a hole and you find out it was the wrong size. And this happened to a friend of mine, so we don't want you to go through those frustrations. So we're going to start out planning the whole process before we even get started. So we mentioned this is going to be a baritone ukulele. This is the form that we're going to use. We know that the form is 14 inches. The body of the instrument is 14 inches by 10 inches. So when we're purchasing wood, we know it's got to be at least that big. And then these are other materials that you're going to need. This is Western figured maple, and the neck and the back and the sides are made of this Western figured maple. The top is Redwood. This is the first time I've ever used Redwood, so that'll be interesting. And so besides the wood, you want to think about the tuners that you're going to use, the type of binding that you want, and how big the binding is, so when you cut the channels correctly. Now this isn't all the bracing, but this is some of the bracing that we're going to use in the instrument. And then of course you also want to think about the type of finish that you're going to use, if you're going to use stain, the top coat that you're going to use. And so yeah, and also if you're going to put any support in the neck, think about that. And also how you're going to attach the neck to the body, because you may need different size wood depending on whether you use a dovetail joint or you just use a mortise and tenon joint, a bolt-on, or a Spanish heel. So know all of those details before you even begin your project. The sides, the wood is, as you can see, did the bookend matching for the back and the top. You can see those were glued together. These are not the right thickness yet, but I'll go into the thicknessing process later. And same thing with the piece of redwood. They still need to be sanded, but that will come. I'll show you how to do that a little bit later. The sides we're going to taper the body of the guitar. So at the top of the guitar, it's going to be about 2.5 inches. At the bottom, about 3 inches. So we'll go ahead and taper these, and we'll move on with the project. Okay, this is the jig I made for cutting tapers on material. Table saw is great for cutting angles, but if you just want to taper something, you need a different type of jig where you can cut closer angles. So let's go ahead and taper these sides, and they'll be ready to do the thicknessing. So now we've got our material ready for sanding and thicknessing and bending the sides, so stay tuned, more to come.